What is up, all you Boston Silver Scarf fans, and welcome to our Week 6 of the PGL. Today we're going up against the Danbury Dragonaires and BabyPowdahh. Go check out his YouTube channel down in the description below. I guess he's a fairly new competitive battler, but he's an amazing competitive battler because his team's doing really well. I wish that I could be as good as him as a new competitive battler, because you guys know I'm pretty new. Apparently he's even newer, but he seems to win every match. So props go to him. Go check out his channel, definitely for sure, as well as the other coaches and the PGL Twitter and website down below. They're always all linked there and all that stuff. Today we are doing a post commentary because, man, was this a bad match. I raged at myself so hard, and we're gonna get into it and talk about it a little bit as we let this video go out. But I'm gonna just start with telling you what happened during this match, because I think that's the most important thing in this video to talk about. But after that, we're going to be going into a vlog style thing. So yeah, let's start off with, we lead Mega Manetric. He leads Lando. Now Lando was probably one of the scariest things on his team because I had nothing to really tank too many hits from it, especially if it was mixed or physical. I think he ends up being physical or mixed, which ends up being a huge issue, as well as Choice Scarfed, which is another huge issue for us. So we lead Mega Manetric. I forget to Mega Evolve, which is the very first mistake and the very first play of the entire game. I forget to Mega Evolve, which is a huge issue. Now, if I had Mega Evolved, would I have lived in Earthquake? I have no idea. Probably not, would be my guess. I don't know what his investment was or anything like that, but let's say he was full investment physical, I definitely wouldn't have lived. Even if he wasn't, I still might not have lived anyway. So that's all speculation. So yeah, plus he was Choice Scarfed. When it first happened, I was really mad at myself because I didn't know he was Choice Scarfed yet. So I was like, if we had Mega Evolved, we would have outsped, hit him with HP Ice, and O-code him, because HP Ice would have O-code. But I forgot the Mega Evolve, so I was really mad at myself, and I didn't know he was Scarfed yet, so I didn't know that it didn't matter yet. So yeah, I was really mad at myself. And then a couple more plays happened, and the internet on my internet died, which disconnected the match, and we had to replay. So the next time, I didn't bring Manetric because he had already killed him, so it saved us time not bringing him. And then we replayed. We were supposed to replay what had already happened, which was something like, I had Snorlax out, he had Manaphy out, I go for return, he switches in Pangoro, Pangoro takes about 70% from the return. I think that's what we were supposed to replay, but for whatever reason, my stupid feeble mind was like mixed up about it. So we started the match, I go for return like I was supposed to, he switches out to Pangoro, and then I'm thinking, for whatever reason, I'm thinking, okay, now he has to switch into Manaphy. I thought, it was backwards in my brain, and I thought there was more plays. So I was like, okay, and I have to go for return, and he has to go for Manaphy. So I bunked up on that, and I stayed in on his Pangoro, thinking that there were certain plays that had to be made still. So his Pangoro took Snorlax down to like 20 or 30%, which at that point Snorlax was pretty useless to me. So yeah, it really, that was, I think, like turn 3. So it was like 3 turns in, I made 2 big mistakes that cost me the game. After that, there was a play with Victini. I was like, okay, Victini's Choice Scarf. Victini should outspeed Lando. Kill with a V-Create. I believe that's what I was going for. Because I think V-Create did somewhere between 98 and 102 or something like that. I don't know, something along those lines. Damage to his Lando. So we had a really good chance of OHKOing it. So I was like, I'm just going to go for it, but this is where we learned he was Scarfed. He went for Earthquake, it killed Victini. It was a sad day for us all. And from there, it was like, oh no, like there's no coming back from this at this point. And then I finally saw my Ray of Hope. My Ray of Hope was a Scavalier. I was like, okay, a Scavalier with the Assault Vest tanks, I think, 5 out of his 6 mons, maybe 4. Depends on how his Infernape was run, what moves he was bringing, if it was mixed, etc. Because if it was mixed and he had, like, instead of Flare Blitz, he had overheat. I don't know. I forget what the best move Infernape gets is. But if he had a special moves on him, we would have tanked. We would have tanked it and came down like 50% on his Infernape. Unless he had like close combat. I think that would have hit us pretty bad, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was like very much Escavalier looked really good. Escavalier, so he had his Manaphy out, and I needed to bring somebody out. So I was like, okay, I'm bringing Escavalier out. Manaphy does about 20% to Escavalier Assault Vest, and we do about 70% with Mega Horn. So I brought out Escavalier. He goes for Scald, gets the first turn burn, and from that point I was like, all hope is lost. I brought in somebody else, I believe. After that, they got Scald burned on his second Scald burn of the match, or his second Scald of the match, followed by a crit, which the crit didn't matter on whoever it was on, but it just was adding like salt to the wound, and it stunk. It really, really stunk. And then after all that had happened, my crappy internet died again, which, by the way, when your internet dies during a PGL match like this, it is a huge motivation crusher as well as a momentum stopper and just everything bad that can happen. And it just makes you so upset, and it really got to me, that match. So at that point I was just furious, and I gave him the win. I was like, you know what, dude, there was no coming back for me. All my tanks are really low besides Alamomola, but Alamomola wasn't doing much that match, to be honest. Yeah, so like all my tanks were low. That's all I had left, and I was like, you know what, dude, you just take the win at whatever the score was. If I play any more of this match, I will probably punch myself in the face. So you take the win at what it was at. He played really well. I made really stupid mistakes, and I lost us the game because of that, as well as he had really good luck with his Scald burns and stuff like that. So it was a really tough match, but props go to BabyPowdahh. I'm not taking away from his win at all. He played really well. He brought a really good team. The Choice Scarf Lando was like perfect. It destroyed my team, so props go to him. It just was a really rage-inducing match for me. I'm going to spend the rest of this video sort of vlogging because I need to catch you guys up on stuff, because it's been a while since I've uploaded a video, and I wanted to explain sort of why and stuff like that. By the way, it's going to be pretty funny. I'll say, actually, you know what, I'm going to save it for later. But reasons I haven't been uploading and things like that, pretty much there's some supernatural force that is just stopping me from making videos, and I hate it. I hate it down to my core. It's just awful. So for the past couple months, I've been having internet issues where my internet will go out like 8 or 10 times a day, and then it'll come back on, and it's just been annoying. It's like I can deal with it, but it's annoying. But the past couple of weeks, my internet has been going out every 2 minutes. It's like 2 minutes, dead. 2 minutes, dead. 2 minutes, dead. So I've called Charter, who is my provider, and I was like, okay, there must be something wrong with my modem. What do we do? They walked me through some steps. We did all those. I thought it might have fixed the problem. The reason I decided to call was actually last week's PGL, or it was the PDK, I forget. I think it was PGL match. My internet kept disconnecting from the match. I didn't even know it was me at first. Until I noticed, like, at the end of the match, like, oh, my internet actually is turning off. So that was my first reason I called them, and I talked through it, and I thought we had fixed it, but we didn't. So the next PGL match is this one, and that's why all those things happen with the disconnects. But I've got that fixed. I got a new modem, and I'm hoping that that will resolve the issue and we won't have any more problems. And sorry if you see flickering lights, we're going to get into that too. It's just more nonsense, but so it started with some internet issues like that. But a couple weeks ago, my speakers, Bose speakers, malfunctioned or stopped working or wouldn't be recognized. Actually, that's what it was. They couldn't be recognized by my computer, and nothing like that has ever happened to me before with the speakers. So I was really confused. I thought maybe my speakers had just broke for some reason. They're fairly new too, and they're expensive, and it was really frustrating that that happened. But I was like, you know what, I can power through that. It's not a huge issue. It's not going to stop me from doing stuff, because I can just change my settings in my recording software and on my computer to play through like my headphone jack or whatever like that. because I don't have speakers other than those, like not even built-in ones or something, so I would have to use my headphones plugged into my computer, which isn't a huge deal, but the headphone jack on my computer is broken, so like I need to have my headphones plugged in some perfect way, spun some perfect way, but not fully pushed in, or else they're weird. It's really complex, but I was like, there is a workaround. I'll deal with it for now. I'll do it, whatever. So then I go to record Layers of Fear for you guys for Saturday, last Saturday, and my save file was deleted. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now I have to replay 2 hours worth of this game just so I can record it for you guys. So I did that, and everything was fine. It was just kind of like annoying to have to do. And then, what was it? Then we went to play our PDK match. We had our PDK match. It was an alright battle. But after the battle, I spilled hot coffee on my keyboard. Now my keyboard is a Razer Black Widow Ultimate. That's it right there. Really nice keyboard, really expensive keyboard. I didn't even buy it myself. I got it as a gift, and it's pretty much brand new. It was like 3 months old maybe. Yeah, I got it as like a moving away gift, so it was brand new. And I spilled coffee on it, and as soon as I did, I pulled out all the keys and cleaned it to the best of my ability, hoping, you know, hopefully nothing broke or anything like that. And I went to go plug it back in and see if it worked after all of that, and it wasn't working at all. And I was so upset at this point. I was so beat up. I beat up myself, not physically, but mentally. And I was just really upset with everything that had been going wrong the past couple of weeks. And on top of that, we had all of our PDK and PGL losses that have just been building up over the weeks. Just like weeks and weeks of losing competitive Pokemon matches. And it's all just built up and created so much stress and anxiety and pressure on me that it had been beating me up. So all these little things that kept happening to me were just destroying me inside. And I know what you're thinking. Why did you have coffee at your computer desk? And one thing I want to say to those people who say that is, you're telling me you've never drank anything at your computer. I mean, if you haven't, it's probably because something happened to you at your computer before because you were drinking something. So don't say anything. Because, like, yes, I understand you're not supposed to drink anything at your computer desk, but, like, I'd say probably 85% or more of the people in this world drink stuff at their computer desk or have at some point. So shut up. Anyways, so luckily my keyboard works now, because I was like, okay, it doesn't work now. I was pretty pissed off, but maybe if I just hang it up upside down and let it dry and maybe drip or something, I don't know, it might work again. So it's probably like 3 or 4 days later, and it finally was working again. Some of the keys still stick, or I can't push them down unless I really like boom, 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 and then they go in. And then they work a little bit for a little bit, and then they get stuck again, and they got to do it again. But it's better than it not working. So we've got that fixed. All's good. Then I went to go record videos the next day. That was before my keyboard started working again. I mean, edit videos. I went to go edit videos, and my hard drive was missing. Not physically missing from my computer, but my computer wouldn't recognize that I had that second hard drive in there, which is where I store all my videos and Photoshop files and things like that that are important for YouTube. So I was furious, and I was like, are you kidding me? It took me probably a day and a half, 2 days, so it wasn't a huge deal to figure out what the problem was. It wasn't fully plugged in. It appeared to be plugged in, but for whatever reason, it just didn't recognize as being fully plugged in, so I had to push it in a little bit more, and it worked. So we're all good there. It was just another thing that drove me insane and put me over the edge and made me not able to make videos for you guys. On top of this, keep in mind that my internet dies every 2 minutes, so I literally can't upload videos. It would die while uploading videos. So It's been another issue of mine that I've been trying to work around. And thank you guys so much for watching this video, for watching it, because I know when a YouTuber leaves for a long time, they lose a lot of viewership and stuff like that. And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so happy that you're watching this right now. If you are, I really appreciate the support, and like any like positive things you can say to me right now would probably help me greatly. Just because I'm trying to just get over it and be happy again, but it's still kind of there on my foremind, and I'm still kind of stressed out about all this stuff. The other day, I was trying to record with Bulbasaur, my good friend, some TCGO stuff that was really fun to do, but my internet kept dying during our matches, and we kept trying to, like, well, maybe this time if we try again, it'll work. And we kept trying and trying and trying, and my internet would just keep dying. So hopefully now I got the new modem, we can do that again. It'll be fun. And then, so there was that. And then I went to record Layers of Fear for you guys for Saturday with my girlfriend. It was so much fun, and you guys would have loved that video. I know you would have, because it was funny, and it was just fun, and it was scary. It was great. But for whatever reason, this microphone, I used to do it all the time back in the day, but I fixed the problem. But for some reason, it decided to creep its head again, where I would record a video, everything looked fine in my levels, but my microphone would be peaking, which means that like it sounds like you're yelling into your microphone, and you can't make out anything you're saying. It sounds scratchy. You have no idea what's going on. That was happening the whole time, and that was infuriating. We had recorded 2 episodes, which means now I have to go back and I have to replay up to where we were again, so that we can record those videos again for you guys. I'm so stressed. I'm so beat up. But good news is I'm going to end on a happy note. I'm hoping that all my bad luck is gone, because everything's fixed. I fixed my speakers. My keyboard seems to be working. My hard drive, I figured it out. I got the new modem. Everything seems to be fixed. As long as I don't get any more bad luck, we should be good. The funny thing that I was saving for toward the end is I have already done this voiceover twice now. The first time was because I didn't like it, so I decided to redo it. I was like, it could have been better. I could have said some more stuff. So I redid it for the second time, and I was like, perfect. That's just the way I want it. And I went to go edit it, and my microphone had broke again and peaked again. And it was just, I can't even believe I was like, I thought this was all over. My bad luck continues, but it should be good now, because I double checked to make sure the levels are right. So if this is wrong, you're probably gonna see me like smash my head against that wall or something. But it should be good. So no wall head smashing right now. But yeah, so that was pretty infuriating. But the good news is that starting from here on out, we have no more PDK, so we can focus fully on the PGL, which is great, because I really want to use the PGL as our redemption. I want to win the rest of our matches, or make them really, really good matches. I've snagged up Rasengan, my good friend, also known as Magnetic Nimbus, in the YouTube comments. Go ahead and say thank you to him down below, because he's agreed to be my assistant coach. Not really. I didn't ask him to be my assistant coach, but I'm just going to make him it. But I asked him if he would help me train, like practice matches and stuff like that. Maybe help me team build a little bit, because back in the day, the PGL Season 1, the 2 games that we won are the 2 games that I asked him to help me practice. So I'm hoping that, you know, the rest of the season I can get his help. I've asked him in advance before. The only reason PGL Season 1 I didn't ask him every week is because I felt bad, because I don't want, I know I shouldn't feel this way, because I actually really do consider him a friend, but I don't know if he considers me a friend in the same way. So I didn't want him to feel like I was using him or anything like that. So I didn't want to ask him too many times. But I've asked him up front, like, is it okay if you help me like as many weeks as you can whenever I ask, and if you're available? So he's agreed to. So that's really awesome of him, and thank you so much. I really appreciate the help there, and hopefully we can get some wins. So with that, that's great. I also have some really cool ideas for what the PGL matches are going to look like from now on. Everybody does their competitive matches the same way. They have a webcam, They have their logo, and they just record their battle and whatnot. But I've kind of thought of some cool new idea that I don't think anybody's done before, just to kind of add a little bit more flavor to the battles. And I can see big YouTubers taking this idea in the future, like stealing it from me. But it would be fine because we're all part of the same community and stuff like that. And clearly, like if there wasn't that sharing of ideas, we wouldn't even be in the competitive league right now. So anyways, I'm just saying I can see other people like wanting to do it too, because it's a really cool idea. It's gonna take a little bit of extra work editing wise, but I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. I think it's gonna add some uniqueness to my video. So if you end up liking next week's PGL, please go ahead and like that, like the video and share it with people, because I'd really like to get this idea out there, this new concept out there. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for the support. Those of you who stuck around to hear me complain, it feels really good to get it all out there and off of my chest. Hopefully we can move forward from here. Hopefully the PGL matches will start doing better. I'm going to try really hard next week to get that win. Rosengon on our back. I know I say your name wrong, bud, but I'm just going to call you Roz from now on. Roz. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, go ahead and shield bash the like button down below. I appreciate that, guys. See you in the next one. Till then, stay frosty and peace out.